channel. It's me, Obioma Okoli. So if you're coming here for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the notification button so you get more videos from me. Go ahead and give us your comments, and don't forget to share. So for those of us that constantly come to watch my videos, I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for everything you've been doing to make us to grow. I really do appreciate it. So today you're welcome to another episode with me. And we're going to be talking about something really very interesting. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the 10 mistakes that men make in marriage. So before we go into the mistakes that men make in marriage, I want to analyze and say this, that marriage is very important for both the man and the woman. And you know, my videos, I'm not trying to give an impression if I'm supporting one side. I'm not supporting the men folks. Neither am I supporting the women folks. I only try to bring out things that happen in marriage. So if you think there's anything about the video that you dislike, please go ahead and let me know on the comments below. If there's anything you feel I could have done to make this video better, please go ahead and write it down on the comments below. So we're going to talk about the mistakes men make in marriage. First of all, let's applaud men. You know, whether we accept it or not, the men are very important in marriage. Very important. I don't even know where to start or where to end. But I like to say, first of all, these people, they are leaders in our homes, right? They are the leaders. They are the ones that fix things. They fix everything. In my house, a lot of stuff I don't even know how to do. A lot of stuff that I have no clue that they even exist in my house. But one way or the other, my husband, he just comes and fix it. And he just comes and tells me, oh yeah, we have it. It's right there. Or talking about my car. A lot of things I have no clue what to do about it. But he's always there. Even if I'm stranded on the road, I just call him. This is happening in the car. So he takes care of it. So men, they are fixers, you know. They help us. They protect us from, you know, anything around us. So in as much as we want to talk about the mistakes they make, we should also know that they are really very important in our lives, in the lives of our family, in the lives of our kids. And also they are visionaries. They have visions. They always intend to do things to continually to grow their families. That's the good ones anyways. And they are workaholic. They work to make sure that every day there is food on the table for your family to eat. So having said that, so yeah, these people are really important. But there are some mistakes that they make in the family, some of them which are intentional, some which are not intentional. You know, the first one I'm going to talk about today is that men, they don't show the emotions. They try as much as they can to hide their emotions. They hide their inadequacies. They hide their insecurities. Why? Because we look so much up to them to do a lot in the family. So we try to not see that part of their vulnerability. So because of that, they don't even want to show you that part of themselves. They don't want to let you know that, oh yeah, sometimes I get scared too. So that's one mistake they make. And I don't blame them for that. Why don't I blame them? Growing up as a child, if I see a man crying, I'm literally very disappointed because I feel men are not supposed to cry. Why is he crying like a girl? Why is he crying like a baby? So a lot of us grew up having that impression that you're not supposed to do that. So men, even they grew up thinking that you're not supposed to show that side, your weakness, to anybody. So in the family setting, a man is downcasted. A man is going through a lot of stuff, but he doesn't want to bring it in the wife or the spouse to let her into what's going on. Because why? She does not want the family to see that vulnerable side of him. But I'm here to tell you today, it's okay for you to be vulnerable. We're all humans. We all go through hell at some point in time in life. It's okay to show your vulnerability. It's okay for once in a while for you to pour out your emotions to either your spouse or whoever you feel can understand your emotions better. So that's one mistake they do. They hardly show their emotions. Then the next mistake they do is that men tend to, sugarcoat the truth from their spouse. You know, something happened. They don't tell you exactly what happened. Why? Because still they don't know how their spouse is gonna react. And they try to, prevent problem from coming from whatever they say to you. So for that reason, they try to sugarcoat whatever they tell you. But this is the disadvantage with doing that. If the wife eventually or the spouse eventually finds out that what you said to her was wrong, what you said to her was a lie, what you said to her was sugar-coated, as in you were not being real honest with her, it becomes an issue of trust. Because then you're literally telling her that everything I've been talking to you about is all lies. Because this one thing, I didn't tell you the exact truth about it. I didn't lie to you, but I did not tell me. I wasn't honest enough to make you know the exact truth of the situation. So another reason why they do this is just because they do not want to feel attacked. They fear that if they tell you they hurt your feelings and it's going to bring misunderstanding, it's going to bring conflict. But I tell you guys, it's easier for you to tell me the truth and let me react. It's better for you to deal with my reaction from what you tell me, from the truth that you tell me, or to deal with my reaction when I eventually find out that you were lying all along. So the third point now is, men, they usually think it's the job of the woman to be spiritual. Yeah. In most homes, most men, they don't like to partake in the prayers. They don't like to partake in anything that has to do with spiritual needs of the family. They think it is the job of their wife to do it. That is wrong. Because you know why? Both of you need to come together and create a foundation for your kids, a spiritual foundation for your kids. You know, I don't know why people try to neglect spirituality. You know, a lot of people are decent. Religion has made a lot of us to be decent today. Apart from the fact that we go out every day, we're faced with thousands of temptation on a daily basis. You need religion. Religion is the thing that will make you to think and say, oh, no, I'm not supposed to do this. And the more you continue to be spiritual, the more the conscience in you continues to be alive. And that's the thing that tells you the difference between the good and the bad. So spirituality is something that is needed in every home, from every man and every woman. You have to participate. So let it not be like the wife is doing the job and you will going out and bringing more problems to the home. Because if you don't have the spirituality backup, if you don't have that foundation, you go out, you meet a lot of things, you struggle so much in life. The things that should have gone easy for you tends to be so difficult. You know, you face a lot of trials. I'm not saying as a Christian you don't face trials, but with spirituality, a lot of things you overcome them with ease. But without spirituality, imagine just floating without anyone having your back. Having spirituality, believing in God, is just believing that there's someone that takes care of you every day, every night. When you sleep, that person is there awake, making sure that you are sleeping. That is the way I see spirituality. I just believe that there's somebody that controls my life. So men, if you're the type of man that usually think that it's the job of your wife to take care of the spiritual needs of the family, you should stop. You should start participating in the spiritual needs of your home, because you need it as well. Not just for your wife, not just for just you, but also for the upbringing of your kids. So, having said that, the next one, I've noticed it from a lot of men. They try to give priority to other people other than their family. You see a man outside, everyone outside is admiring him. Oh, he's a nice man. Oh, he does this for me. Oh, he did this for me the other day. He did that, he did this. But that same man in his own home is, I wouldn't say use the word strict, but immediately he steps into his house, he immediately changes countenance. He immediately brings out the worst part of himself, and that's the part the family sees. That's wrong. Your family, there's this saying that charity begins where? At home. So if you're not showing your kids, if you're not showing your wife, if you're not showing your family members charity, you have no business showing charity outside, which is what a lot of people do. You don't help your wife with chores in the house. You sit down all day doing nothing and let your wife do everything in the house, but you go outside, you help other people. They don't even mention it. You just offer to do that. Meanwhile, in your own home, you do nothing as such. So if you're a man like that, please, 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 could you stop doing that and face your family and give priority to your family? The next one, let's talk about listening. How men, the way they listen. Men always listen. In fact, let me not say they listen. They don't listen. They just look at you and you think they're listening and you blab a lot of things to them. And they just smile and say, it's okay. That's bad, because for every communication, most times there's always feedback needed. When it's time to have a feedback, you find out that you've been talking to no one because nobody was listening. And there's another thing. You have a conversation with someone. You thought you guys already discussed about that stuff. And few moments or few days passed. You said, oh, okay, honey, about what we discussed yesterday, I'm just going to go apply it. And he has no clue what you're talking about. So men, listen with your ears and see with your eyes. You know, sometimes you respond. Before you say something to a man, he already has a response for you. So he's not listening. You're telling him something. He's responding something different. Why? Because he was never listening to you all this way. So men, you should be intentional with things like this. Some men, some of them are really good listeners. I will always say some, not all men. So I don't want to generalize. The next thing we're going to talk about today is a lot of men are very selfish. Some men are very selfish. They limit their wife's vision. They feel that their wife going to be, in terms of career, they feel if their wife is climbing in terms of career, they feel threatened. They feel this woman is going to now start feeling like the man of the house. She's no longer going to be submissive. I'm going to correct that impression. That's wrong. Getting submission from your wife depends on how you treat her. Submission is not all about the way people think. Submission is not something you request. It's something you earn. If you respect your wife, definitely for sure, your wife is going to respect you. Treat her like a queen. She's going to treat you like a king. But if you keep on limiting her visions because you're thinking if she grows so high, she's going to grow wings and she's going to be more than you, she wouldn't listen anymore. If you're one of those men that are having that kind of thinking, you should stop. The growth of your wife is the growth of your family. You, of all people, should be her number one fan. So if your wife is growing and you're being upset, then you need to see a therapist because that's not normal. Yeah. So having said that, we'll talk number 7. So I'm sorry to say this, but a lot of men these days are lazy. Growing up, we understood that what our fathers do in the house, they take care of everything. They are responsible for our feeding. They are responsible for everything that happens in the home. But nowadays, most men of nowadays are mommy's boys. They don't know how to do laundry. They don't know how to wash the dishes. They don't know how to do nothing in the home. And that aside, most of them don't even know how to go to work. Some of them, they sit in the house all day expecting the wife to go hustle up money and come back and feed him. The disadvantage of this is this. We women, we don't need that much power. We are your helpers, right? We're supposed to help you. We're not supposed to lead you. So if you give us all those responsibilities, you're telling us that we should be independent of you. And if we're independent, then we don't need you. That's what the problem is. So do not make your wife to feel independent in a relationship, in a marriage, because of you're lazy. So if you're one of those men that are very lazy, that sits at home all day doing nothing, let me tell you, it's one thing that you're trying to work. You've been investing, you've been doing a lot of stuff, but it's not working out. You're not lazy. You're just not lucky. That's different. But it's different that you're naturally lazy. You don't do nothing to help your home. That's bad. Because why? You're switching the roles in the home. You're not trying to be the helper, and you now want your wife to be what? The head of the home. I'm not talking about earning different income. That's different from what I'm saying. Earning different income, it doesn't matter. So long as your husband works, goes out of the house and hustle up and brings something to the home, he's a real man. What I'm talking about are the ones that sit at home doing nothing. No job, no work, no assist in the home, nothing. And they still call themselves men. So the next one, some men, they try to, just in order to get favors from their siblings or from their mother, they tend to take the issues between them and their wives and discuss with their mother or their siblings or their sisters. This is very wrong because you keep on gossiping your wife to your mom and then you're wondering why the both of them are not in good terms. They're not in good terms because why? You want to be the good, the nice person. So you're painting your wife bad before them. They're going to be seeing your wife as a monster that is making their brother's life miserable. So if you're a wife and you always gossip whatever happens between you and your wife, or whatever you and your wife already discussed at home with your people, then I want you to know that you need to grow up, because that's really wrong. The next point we're going to talk about today is flirting. You know, a lot of men say, oh, my wife understands, I love my wife, it's only my wife I love. But in front of your wife, you flirt with other young girls. You know, women naturally are very jealous. Myself, I am a very jealous person. My husband knows that. Women, we don't believe in sharing. It doesn't matter if you're not sharing emotions, you're just giving the gestures. No, you don't stay in front of your wife and flirt with other ladies and expect your wife to understand it. That is totally wrong. You don't make no woman to feel that way. Because when you do that, some women, they just keep quiet. They don't say nothing, but they don't feel good about it. Even if they keep silent when you're doing it, they don't feel happy. So careful how you flirt to people. Careful how you think you're friendly. I mean, it's okay to be friendly. But if you're being friendly to someone, if you're being social with someone and it makes your wife uncomfortable, then you gotta stop it. And if you're involving yourself in any relationship that brings problem between you and your spouse, then you have to have a rethink. What is more important to you? Is it that relationship or your family or your wife? So if you have that rethink, you know what to do next. So the next one we're going to talk about today, the next point is your physical strength. Yeah, it's needed in the family, but in as much as we're saying it's needed, we don't need it for punches. If you're a very good boxer, then you should go be a boxer. I mean, I heard they make a lot of money. Your home is not where you practice how strong you are. No. Your physical strength is not needed on the body of your wife. You know, men, I appreciate a lot of men that say, oh, no, I've never touched my wife. I know she has a lot of temper. She does this, she does that. But I would never lay my hands on my wife. Same thing applies to the other party, but we'll still get to that. So yeah, your physical strength is not needed. Yeah, we need your physical strength when you have to help us to move things in the home, when you have to help us to do one or two stuff in the home. But no, we don't need it for boxing. No. No woman needs to be punched or boxed in her husband's home. If you say you are a husband, you should protect her. Because just like I said in the start of the video, one of the reasons I love men is that they are protectors. You know, a man cannot stand and see other people, you know, bully his wife or punch his wife. No, it don't happen. You see the way they fight for this person. Because why? This person is now under them to be protected all their lives. So that is how I say it. So if you're a man, are you a disciplinarian? What kind of a man are you? Ask yourself that question. Are you a disciplinarian to your kids? Are you someone that your kids look up to and say, oh, I love my dad? So long as my dad is here, nothing is going to go wrong. Or are you that kind of person that each time you walk into your home, your kids begins to, you know, hide themselves or fidget because why? They're scared of you. Are you a fixer in your home, or are you the one that destroys things in your home? Are you the first person your wife calls whenever she has any challenge? Or is it the other way around? Are you a kind of husband that makes your wife to be so independent, that makes your wife to feel like a widow even when you're still alive? So ask yourself these questions, and ask yourself this: for men that immediately they step into the house, they turn into monsters. Do you think being a monster makes your wife to respect you the more? Because I don't think it does. So for those of you that immediately you step into your house, you bring out the worst of your attitude and show it to your family, do you think it earns you more respect? Do you think it earns you submission? Because I know for sure that it doesn't. So if you're attributing one of these attitudes, just be intentional. You know, some of these things are difficult to stop. Be intentional. Tell yourself that you're going to stop it. And let this video be a guide to you to know that you're doing something wrong. And thank you for following us to the end of this video. I really do appreciate you guys coming to watch this video. Have a wonderful day and Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a blessed time. Bye.